Traders. My name is Jake Lakier.
And I'm Joel Alcana. Welcome to Friday's edition of Pre-Market Info.
Well, we got a lot slated for today. We do have the jobs numbers coming out at 8:30. Definitely going to be making the headlines and probably be in the primary headline to be watching there, Joel. What are you thinking about those jobs numbers today? What's your thought there?
Well, how about that rip your face off rally yesterday after we dipped off
No kidding.
1600? I bet you some people are still, cleaning out their drawers from that rally there. That caught a lot of people off guard. Just on the upside, we hit 24 and a quarter yesterday. 24 is the high so far in today's session. My level above that, 32 and a quarter was your high on Wednesday. Let's keep an eye on that if we get a pop. If we hit the skids on this number, boy, I don't know. We could sneak back down to the $1,600 level.
Yeah, it would definitely be interesting to see what happens if we do end up missing the estimates there on jobs numbers by a large margin. If we do, I really think we'd probably get a solid rally in gold there. What do you see on the gold side, Joel?
Trying to creep up here. Hit 1422.70 yesterday, but was not able to close above that level. Still been keeping an eye on that. 1380 to 1420 have been there for like 6, 7 days. Kind of crazy. But I think you get a close above 1420 and get a nice pop up to the 1450 level.
Moving on and continuing with the commodities, though we do want to cover a little bit of crude today, see what's going on with that. Continuing the chop here, it would look like.
Well, that 94.50 was giving a lot of resistance for 2 days, and as soon as I put out the headline for the show that could be a triple top here at 94.50, it busted through, rallied a buck here, finding a little bit of resistance at yesterday's high at 94.32. We've traded 95.34 in the session. Above that, 96 seems to be a big level. He hit 95.92 on May 28th.
Alrighty, we did have Alan Greenspan coming on to Squawk Box this morning, giving a little bit of a preview of the job numbers, talking some Fed easing theories there. Basically just saying that if we underestimate the importance of asset prices to the healthy economy, that could be a huge problem. Saying that the bond prices must fall, and warning about how fast what a problem it would be if we moved too quickly on tapering, but that we need to do something immediately. Kind of contradicting himself, it would seem.
Yeah.
Joel, what do you think there?
Oh, I mean, Big Bad Ben, talked last week about, potential easing of QE. But Jake, I mean, in your opinion, I mean, is this economy strong enough? I mean, the way we're limping along here, I mean, if they cut off the spigot, I mean, what do you think is going to happen in this market? We're definitely not growing fast enough to allow any kind of easing.
Well, to be honest, we've got two things that are kind of rallying the markets. You have the huge asset inflows from Europe, and then you also have the Fed. If you take one of those away, I just don't know if we have the legs for it. I mean, we're getting this slow crawl upwards on all of our reports here, but there's no strong growth. There's no, the growth very well just could be coming from the rise in the markets themselves. So I think I agree with you there. I don't think the Fed can turn off the spigot there, because if they do, they risk going right back to where they started, except having already shaken up so much, basically erasing all their efforts. But we also did have some news beyond your favorite guy of Greenspan there. Google and TiVo getting into a settlement there over a patent dispute. TiVo got halted this morning on the news, although the real rally came yesterday after the close. We were able to kind of get some of the news on that there was going to be a settlement, but the surprise this morning when they got halted is that the settlement included Cisco and Time Warner Cable. The settlement was for $420 million. Let me grab the exact figure for you there. The settlement came in at, I believe, $420 million, but it's also going to be doubling its stock repurchase program to $200 million there. So TiVo currently halted. We're waiting for how that's going to come out.
I mean, just I'm looking at what the stock has done lately, and I'm not sure I understand just what do people still use this stock? I mean, I really don't understand. I mean, with the DVRs and everything that's out there, uh, Netflix or whatever, but I guess people are having that sentiment this morning. Popped up to 1457 earlier this morning, and now it's just in the dumper. Just hit 1166, so I think that they're going to need to institute that stock repurchase program very quickly here, as the stock is just getting slaughtered in the pre-market. You did have support around the $12 level. We've come crashing through that. Let's keep an eye just above the 1150 level, 1156 low on May 2nd. We just bounced off that in the pre-market. So whatever the news is out on this thing, it's not very good. And there was also some news regarding a settlement with them with Google last night, correct?
Yeah, that was the release actually came out this morning. We had the news last night as a patent dispute between Google's Motorola unit and TiVo. Turns out the settlement also included Time Warner Cable and Cisco this morning. That's what caused the halt, and they added that $200 million repurchase program to the settlement. The settlement's going to cost the company over $400 million. I guess traders are really not happy about that, despite the shares having shot up after the close yesterday on news that they had settled to the case. So really, TiVo taking a hit right now. You're just going to probably keep an eye on them throughout the day.
Google is five lower highs in that stock, dipped under the 850 level, and kind of got sucked along with the rest of the market on that rally. But starting to the resistance is moving down every day. I think until the stock stays under 870 here, it's looking just to fill some ground here. You had that crazy rally from 820 to 860. It just keeps dipping into that area. So Google was not real impressive on the rally yesterday. Did come off the lows, but I don't know. You could draw a real steep trend line coming off that top, and until that's violated, looks like Google's destined to trade in the 840 level.
Yeah, we do want to give you an update there. It looks like TiVo's down about 15% now following that report, so just giving you a heads up. We do have a report coming out of the solar sector. JK Solar reporting earnings this morning is a narrower than expected loss. Still nothing to be too proud of. Still losing money, but it was a nice beat for JK Solar this morning, which is sending shares up. They reported a 56-cent loss versus the $1.66 loss that was estimated. Their prior release was a loss of $2.55, so you can see quite an improvement there. Revenues came in at $187.3 million versus the expected $168.25 million, so strong beat there as well. JK Solar kind of running on that report.
965, just hit that just a few minutes ago. That's high. Pulled back 20 cents from them. Pretty big move, up over 10% in the stock. Looking at the dailies on this chart here, the high of the move so far has been the 1044. It doesn't look like that's going to come into play today, but I'd like our traders to keep an eye on the 953 level. That was the high on May 28th. You scraped just a little bit above it in the pre-market, but that's a pretty good move for the stock considering it traded $8 yesterday. So I like the 953 level along with the 965 pre-market high as potential resistance for JK Solar. And since we're shedding some light on the solar stocks, I'll take a look at First Solar here. We've been talking about that $50 level. It's kind of snuck in there a few times over the last couple weeks. Kind of been trading like in a 50 to 55 range here, really going back almost to the middle of May. So if you get a sympathy move here in the First Solar, it starts to sneak up there that 55 handle. Look for some sellers in that issue.
Other solar names such as Trina Solar and Solar City's SCTY. SCTY is trading down on the news actually. down roughly 1%, while Trina Solar has not moved. Trina Solar's TSL looks like Solar City tends to trade with Tesla, so it's often that Solar City and Tesla move together as the Elon Musk trade there. But definitely keep an eye on the whole solar sector today, as any bullish news tends to move that sector pretty quickly.
Yeah, for a wild child stock that this is, it's made three lows between the 36.10 and 36.50 level, hitting 36.41 yesterday. So if the decline continues, look for support there. And then getting three highs right around the not too close, but the $40 level, hit 39.81 on Thursday and was able to get up to 39.50 yesterday. So kind of a 3-4 point range for this stock, and considering it usually doesn't stay in one place for very long, keep an eye on the consolidation here in Solar City.
Another peculiar move this morning is AT&T, ticker T there, trading down a little bit after reaffirming its fiscal year guidance after the close yesterday. I guess not really impressing traders with those estimates. I think they were hoping for a little bit of extra on that guidance. Keep in mind, AT&T is being affected by the FTC ban on Apple products. That was the iPhone 4, the iPhone 3GS, and the iPad 2 3G models. Those were the ones that were affected by the Samsung litigation against Apple. So it could be getting pulled down a little bit by that, but it'd be peculiar if that was happening just this morning and not earlier this week. So just keep an eye on AT&T there.
Yeah, this is one of the high-yielding dividend stocks. It's got whacked, but really hasn't really hasn't sustained much of a rally. I want our traders to be aware of the three lows you have between the 35.10 and the 35.25 level. Still trading quite a ways away from there at 35.50, but you gotta respect that triple bottom there. We'll split the numbers at 35.20. And that would have it down 60 cents on the day. Low of the move's been 34.58, but I think that's going to be protected today. You got the SPOOs trading up 4 points. People in anticipation of a good number here. Coming back on the upside, please keep aware of the double top 35.86 from yesterday, and then on Tuesday you hit 35.87. So a little bit of a 3-day trading range here for T, and you're smack dab in the middle of it.
We also had headlines out last night from Vail Resorts, that is Mike Tango November. Company did release earnings. This is one of the most important reports from Vail, as this kind of covers their winter season and some of their early spring. EPS came in at 266 versus the 274 estimates. That's a big growth over their prior EPS of 217, but it is not doesn't seem to be impressing traders this morning.
Yeah, down just one, a little bit over 1.5 points. Not a huge volume associated with the down move this morning. 59.70 was your low on May 2nd, so call the 59.70 to the $60 level as support. If somehow they turn this thing around, yesterday's low was 61.54, so that will be your first resistance point.
We did also have headlines out of Gap last night. That is Gulf Papa Sandy announcing an 11% increase in its May sales. We had some retail sales numbers coming out yesterday, giving the stock a little bit more fuel to continue its run. So Gap continuing to show off some solid numbers there.
Okay, we did sneak above the $42 level in the pre-market, hit 42.26 initially after that news was announced after hours. Now you're just kind of hanging out here at the 41.86 level. Really not much volume associated with this, but traders that have been looking to take this stock off around the $42 level. 41.86 was your high on May 21st. You got up again to that level a few days later. So you're opening up into resistance, and you have to imagine there's probably some stock kicking around at 42 in the New York book that the high-frequency traders are leading on. So the news is good for Gap, but it's opening up into resistance.
Joel, here we go. We got the jobs numbers coming out in under a minute here. Brent's going to be cutting in. So just standing by for those numbers. Should be coming across the tape any second.
Well,
We
they got a dip and now a rip here. 28.75 has been our recent high. I think I just saw it move down to the 21 handle. That was quick. Perhaps there's a little bit of a fat finger there. People getting involved in the
Change
X.
in non-farm payrolls for the month of May, coming at 175,000. Economists were looking for 163,000. Private sector payrolls, 178,000. Economists were at 175,000. Unemployment rate comes in at 7.6%. That's up. Economists were looking for 7.5%. The April reading was revised lower for the non-farm number to 149 from a prior 165. And the private sector for April was revised also lower to 157,000.
Okay.
Wow, look at that miss on unemployment there. That's rough there. Increase of 0.1%. That's not gonna, bode well for
And why the hell
Obama's
did the
political
market go
campaign.
up on it, Jake? The market went up on that initially.
Well, the non-farm payrolls is looking good, as our private sector. I think that's what people are really watching. That unemployment number just seems to kind of snuck in there. Definitely not looking strong on the unemployment though.
Okay, just keeping an eye on the level here that we had mentioned. 32 and a quarter was Wednesday's high. We managed to sneak up to 32.75, and that is going to be your major resistance point. Imagine we get back over 16.30 here. Sellers are coming out, so let's keep an eye on that resistance point. Wednesday's high was 32 and a quarter. We've hit 32.75 in the pre-market.
Did have some major ratings this morning. UBS upgrading Yum Brands from a neutral rating to a buy. So Yum Brands getting back into the into the spotlight. The taco trade coming out there.
Oh yeah, the KFC and Taco Bell, two of my non-favorites here. We've hit 72.03 in the pre-market, pulled back to 71.90. Nice move for the stock. Let's take a look at the dailies here. 72 seems to be attracting sellers coming out of the woodwork here. 72.32 was your high on April Fool's Day. And then you also had a high at 72.21 on March 28th. So getting a nice move off this upgrade by UBS, but you are running into some major resistance. Let's take a look at what's not an all-time high, but traders that are looking to exit their Yum positions can take a look at the $72 level.
We also had some upgrades coming out from the other heavyweights. JP Morgan upgrading Dun and Bradstreet. That's Delta November Bravo from an underweight rating to a neutral, while jumping that price target from $77 to $100. Quite an increase there. JP Morgan looks like they're really getting ready to get bullish on that name.
Okay, let's look where the pop went here in the pre-market. Not a lot of trades. Seems to be settling in here at the $97.50 level. Looking at the daily charts here, had two highs we had a high yesterday at 97.54. Haven't been able to clear that yet in the pre-market. Above that, you got room on the upside to the three highs between 98.27 and 98.49. So seems to be muted activity here in Dun & Bradstreet.
We also had a rating from Goldman Sachs, the other big heavyweight there, upgrading United Continental Holdings, that's Uniform Alpha Lima, upgrading them from a sell rating to a neutral. So once again, they had another bearish rating coming to the middle there. No price target on that one, but Goldman Sachs weighing in on United Continental there.
Okay, United here on getting a little pop in the pre-market here. We'll check the pre-market high. Really very spotty trades in here. Not a lot of pre-market traders here during the jobs number. Let's keep a look at yesterday's high, 31.46. See if you can get any follow through on the Goldman Sachs move.
We also had a rating from Piper Jaffray there on Intel. Piper Jaffray downgrading Intel from a neutral to an underperform rating while dropping its price target from $21 to $20. So an underweight rating there on Intel from Piper Jaffray.
I really don't understand this. I mean, the stock's trading at 24.65. and you're downgrading your price target from 21 to 20. So folks that got some buddies trading over there, I'm not sure what the logic is behind that, but you do have a low from yesterday at 24.27. That should provide for some support in the downgrade. If you do get any kind of rally up towards the $25 level, you had a high at 24.94 yesterday. Well, Jake, a lot of activity this morning in the S&Ps off the job report. It's still hanging up here, up 7 points. The market seems to like it. What do you think? You get some follow through above the 1632.75, or is the pop put in the high for the day?
After having a couple days of trading down, you got that strong rally yesterday. I think we saw traders really wanting to get bullish on this market again. They've seen the market come down for a couple of days. They're ready to trade things up. If you notice, they're completely ignoring the unemployment number there and focusing on the non-farm and private sector payrolls. So looks like the market wants to trade up. I wouldn't be surprised if we broke that level.
Okay, that's a wrap on our show for today. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back with you on Monday.